Hey everybody. From 2019 to 2022, prices went up in this area a lot, 28% or more. So now that interest rates have more than doubled, what is the future of home prices? This video goes over October numbers in this area and what the top financial advisors are predicting for the country as a whole in the coming months. And then at the end, talk about what you can do if you're a seller that wants to sell or a buyer that wants to buy. So stick around for that. And our contact information is below if you have questions or you need help in the real estate department. So taking a look at the three counties here in the Eastern Panhandle, Berkeley, Morgan, and Jefferson. First, let's take a look at the buyer demand index. And that's a number that analyzes online home searches and home preview requests for an area and then identifies the level of buyer demand for homes for that area. And that has come down in all three counties. Buyer demand has come down in Berkeley County a bit. It's still showing in the high range though. Jefferson has moved from high buyer demand to moderate, and then Morgan has moved from steady to low buyer demand. Next thing to look at, days to sell. That increased in October in Jefferson and Berkeley. It remains steady in Morgan. Next, number of sales. That decreased in all three counties, but as of October, the median sales prices have not come down much, and that usually lags, so it takes a little more time to see a trend for that. But all that does indicate a market slowdown. The market was ready for a bit of a correction anyway, because prices were going up so much, they were getting out of reach for many buyers. So a return to a more balanced market was inevitable. But with interest rates going up to 7% or more, the predictions for home values keep readjusting down. So if prices do come down, is it going to be enough to wipe out that big gain we had over the last couple of years? Here's what some well-known financial companies say about home prices in 2023 for the U.S. as a whole. And there's a lot of disagreement on it. A few are predicting no price drops and even a slight gain, although those gains are predicted to be lots less than they were saying just a few months ago. Get this, in the spring, Zillow predicted that the pandemic housing boom would see U.S. home prices go up another 17.8% by February 2023. Just recently, they readjusted that way down to 1.4%. But, they're still in the price growth column, just not nearly as much as they originally thought. CoreLogic and the Mortgage Bankers Association also predict a slight gain in home prices in 2023. I got that information from yahoofinance.com. So there's three companies that still predict price growth, although a very slight one. Fannie Mae is saying that home growth will moderate it, but it's not going to drop. That's what they're saying. So those guys have pretty good news given the interest rate situation. They're still predicting price gains, or at least not going down. But stay tuned because they keep readjusting down and they will probably make another adjustment if interest rates go to 8%, God forbid. Other companies are predicting a drop in home values. And I got this from Desiree News as mortgage rates have topped 7% and stayed high with no real end in sight. Morgan Stanley's housing researchers have revised their forecast. They originally predicted sales growth in 2023 and are now predicting price drops of 7%. Now that's nationwide. Goldman Sachs had originally predicted neither a gain or loss, but things staying the same. This last interest rate hike changed their mind. So now they are saying more like a price fall of 5%. Moody Analytics, Wells Fargo say pretty much the same thing. So those guys are all over the place. Some say prices up, some say prices level, some say prices down. The big factor on whether there's going to be a drop or gain very much has to do with the location. The migration away from larger, more expensive cities to smaller, less expensive places has been a trend for a while now, and that's a positive for the Eastern Panhandle. Dave Ramsey, who I quote a lot, says that prices will drop in areas that are already very high and where people are moving out of, like New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, but not in areas like Texas, Arizona, Florida, places people are moving to. He's saying prices there will be level or maybe go up even a little bit. So what should you do if you're a seller that wants to sell or a buyer that wants to buy? If you're a seller and you owned your home on or before 2019, you are still doing really, really well. Even if you don't sell for as much as you would have several months ago, no one is predicting that prices will go down as much as they went up over the last couple of years. So if you are a seller, you are in good shape. You'll still see a profit, a good one. If you are a buyer and you're dreading the possibility that if you buy a home now, next year the value may go down, remember, after it goes down, it will most surely go up. Probably more than it went down. That's what we've seen happen with housing prices over many years in this country, as shown in this chart. You can see the dips along the way, but the trend historically is up. Home prices over time go up. But to make a profit, you're going to need to be in the home for a while. We recently saw a very short window there where you could buy a home and sell it a few months later for a profit, but that's an anomaly and it's not the case now. So buy the home you want to live in. A home is more than a short-term investment. Over the long term, it is a very good investment. A mortgage payment is much better than paying rent every month. It's a hedge against inflation because a mortgage payment doesn't go up every year, and it allows you to build up equity over time. Things a rental do not offer. If you pay $1,200 a month for rent for 2 years, you've paid $28,000 towards someone else's equity. So it is better to own a home. Just expect there to be price drops here and there, followed by price increases. But over time, home prices do go up. It's been that way in this country for a very long time. So the best time to buy a home is when you are financially ready, as well as situationally, in a position to stay put for a while. And that, my friend, is a normal market. Okay, that's it for me. And we put out a video every week on the Eastern Panhandle and just general information about real estate. So if you found this helpful or interesting, consider subscribing. If you disagree with some things, leave a comment. And if you'd like to know more about this area, check out the video on the right. It's about the regeneration going on in Martinsburg right now. It's very interesting. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.